started the process, but just imagine all the time she went through with, problems with her self-esteem or self-image because of that. And that was something we could have done if we had known better. We
Right.
just didn't know better about the cosmetic issue.
Yeah, because I got my braces at I actually got braces at 49.
Hmm.
So yeah,
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 she's getting them now,
good for
Okay,
her.
Hope.
but
What
she's
about
paying
you?
for it.
Um,
Hope.
for me, I think just starting things and not starting and stopping things.
Okay, I
That's the
understand that
main thing
too.
I regret. Not switching gears so many times.
Mhm.
Um, but other than that, I do feel like, everything happens for a reason. And
Yeah.
that's the only thing. Starting and stopping. So now I'm in a point of life where I try not to start something unless I know that's what I called to do or supposed to do.
Hmm.
Pray about it and and determine to finish. Determine to finish.
Stacy.
Well, for me, it's two things. I regret not pushing harder because I don't know if you guys know this from back, but I did go back to school a second time for interior design, and I ran into a couple of felt like mountains that I couldn't climb or go around. And
Hmm.
instead of me moving in faith and kept moving, I stopped and went back to my medical field, which was my stable check. So that's
Yeah.
one of the things I regret that I didn't just fight my way through and just kept going. And the second one is that I didn't spend a lot of time, kind of like Marilyn, with my mom uh, in the last year. That
Yeah.
because I thought she was just gonna be here, she's down the
Yep.
street from me. But Memorial Day last year, that ended. So that's the two things that I regret. Just
So sorry to hear that. I know you feel it.
Yes.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Shoshana.
Well, I try not to live in regret because I do believe that your choices that you make leads you to ultimately where God wants you to be because you're on a path. But if
Amen.
I were to regret anything, I would say that I regret moving away too far from my parents.
Yeah.
It's like a 4 hour distance, but I miss them daily.
Hmm.
I
And
understand that
I
one.
would say the second thing is closing down my daycare.
Well, you know what, Shoshana? I'm going to speak out on the daycare. My sister, you were pulling your hair out at the roots,
I
and
was,
it was getting to you. And
yeah,
I was so worried about you. And when you finally let it go, you started to brighten up. You started to not be so stressed. You started to be more creative. And I'm glad you stopped it because to me it was really getting to you. And as a sister from another mother, I want to make sure you were fine and be here on this world for me to look at one more day. And
you and my family, everybody was,
I was
everyone feels the
really
same
worried
way.
about you on that one. I was. I was
Yeah,
truly.
the thing about it is, I
Oh,
think that,
Tanya said she's having a bad storm, so that's why she had to get off. She had to get off for a minute. Lady T.
okay,
Okay.
uh-oh.
But I was really worried about you at that point.
yeah, I think that it was some things that led up to, us closing it down. But if I were to do it again, I definitely would do it differently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Tamara, put on that mic, girl.
My boo. That's
Miss Stephanie, why you gotta put so much bass in that Tamara?
my boo.
I was here when you were like, "Oh, I don't see her." I was here. I'm like,
I
"It's me.
rolled the
I'm
screen up and I
here.
saw your hands moving. That's why there she is.
I've been here." Good night, ladies.
Hey, Tam Tam.
Okay, so I had to think about that for a second. And honestly, I don't, it's not a lot that I regret. I kind of feel like Shoshana, I don't have a lot of regrets. The only thing I can say is that I should have, or if I could have, was to do a little bit more traveling.
Mhm.
A little bit more traveling with my husband before the babies came, and then a
Yeah.
little bit more traveling with the babies once they came.
Yes.
Because when it gets to a family of 5, woo,
Yeah.
woo,
Hard,
Yeah.
it's hard.
very hard. I
There are a
feel
lot of
you.
places that I would really love to see, especially as an educator. I want to see all the, the landmarks and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Colosseum, Leaning Tower, of course, the pyramids, which I love teaching about. But it's never too late. I can
No.
still
No,
do
never
it.
know.
So it's never
Well,
too late.
Hey,
that's
now
true because
the
for me, I used to say because I just retired in December,
Mm-hmm.
and I said this first year is the year of me. You know,
Right.
nobody asks me for anything, leave me alone because it's going to be no, no, no. Now
I like that.
yeah.
next year, I call it the year of adventure. I want to
Oh yeah.
do a lot of traveling. And when I say a lot of traveling, I actually want to go and travel different YouTube sisters in different states.
Yeah.
Oh,
That would be neat.
that
Yep.
would be
Now,
so
we have a
nice.
question from one of our people on the side, one of our guests. And the question is, how do you believe your biggest regret became to the platform to start your YouTube journey as a creator?
That's an interesting question. And I had seen that question earlier, and I was trying to think how has that affected me? And I think just the fact that having some regrets just made me think, okay, give it a try and just see what happens.
Mm,
Yeah.
And I think that's what helped me. I know when I started my YouTube channel, I started it as makeup on aisle 64. I don't know if anybody remembers.
Yes.
Yes, I
Yes.
remember.
Yes.
I just wanted to have fun and I was playing with makeup and I was loving it. And I switched because I wanted to do something different, something that was a little bit more substantial for me. But I thought, well, just give it a try. And if it doesn't work, do it over. I remember I had watched some guy on TV. He was on one of the HGTV channels or something like that. And I can't remember his name, but he was talking about painting a room. And you know how you hate to put that first brush on the wall because of like, what if you don't like it? And he said, and if you don't like it, just paint over it. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Hmm.
I mean, I had never thought about that. So it
Yeah.
was like, well, if I don't like it, I can do something else.
Yeah. And for me, I don't really have any regrets that helped me prompt my channel. Me, after my son had moved, I had 2 spare bedrooms, and I decided I was going to turn one into a walk-in closet. And that's my very first video. Small bedroom turned into a walk-in closet. And after that, I was like, I'm just gonna keep doing this.
Yeah.
And that's how I got started. I did the walk-in closet, and then I started doing tablescapes, collabing with everybody, and the rest is history.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
I have to say
I
for
think,
me,
oh, Tanya, you're back.
yes, for me, I can't say that I have any regrets, and I know this might sound a little cliche, but I think that the things that I really wanted to do and I could not do was just part of God's plans for me.
Yeah.
So I think that, some of the things that I did want to do and I was not, able to do them, it helped me to detour to maybe a different place in my life where it helped me and some other people around me as well. So I can't say that I have any regrets. Now I still wish that I could, go back to college and finish college.
Right.
Yes, I don't think it's a regret for me. However, if we can just go back to, the part I was listening to Marilyn about how she started the channel and how I started the channel. I started with a lot of fear. I started with a lot of fear, and I had no idea what I was getting myself into. So, I've learned to push myself through the fear in spite of it all, and it was my daughter that really kind of pushed me into everything. And Marilyn's channel was the one that helped me a great deal because when she was having the collaborations,
Right.
thank you. You were having the collaborations with the tablescapes, it helped me to build up
The color
my.
series.
Yeah.
Right, exactly, exactly.
Yes,
So it
that's
helped me
exactly
a
what I
whole
started
lot,
to.
and it motivated me to move forward. And I'm grateful to you, Marilyn. And I don't often get a chance to thank those that I collaborate with as much as I do, but I appreciate that. That really helped to motivate me. I've learned in life that a lot of people that you don't expect to help you to build yourself up and especially with YouTube, you never know who's going to help you along
Yeah.
the way, whether they know it or not. And I know that Marilyn really didn't know this, but I'm so grateful for this opportunity to share with her that she was one of the ones that helped me to build my channel up. And so again, getting through the fear part and everything, I've gotten better with it. I haven't done a live yet, but I've been doing better than I ever thought I would, to be quite honest. And so I'm just glad that I pressed through the fear, and so I'm just grateful.
And
Now,
I really appreciate that. I remember telling Stephanie when she interviewed me earlier in the year about the color series Tablescape. And I specifically said the reason I started the Tablescape series was to bring other new YouTubers that's trying to get their platform off to join and collaborate together and to get recognized that way, because everybody loves a beautiful table, and to throw different pops of color that really set it off.
yes.
And that
Yeah.
helps
Yes,
me
it did.
out of my shell as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna join in with Tanya saying thank you
Yeah,
because
thank
a
you.
lot of us was really
lady.
nervous
Now,
and we
Leona says here that
had
Denise's
no clue
Sister
what we were
Circle
doing.
jump started so many creators, and it did.
Exactly.
When
Yeah.
we
Yes.
started the Sister Circle, a lot of us came together and got to meet a lot of new people that we had normally wouldn't have seen before.
Yes,
And
that's
that's
true.
so
We
appreciative.
learned a lot.
And that's what
Yeah.
started me with this channel here, Denise.
Thank
I
you.
started this channel here because of Denise, to help when she stopped doing it. I wanted to keep it going because I was excited about it and I knew how it was very informative. But then I added more to it and started doing where I was teaching things, which I enjoy doing. And it's come to this. And next year I have big plans. But I have
And we
Mr.
thank
Cage over
you
here.
too. You helping us
Thank you.
get it together. So the three ladies at the top, thumbs up.
Thank you, ladies. I used to have my pen and paper, Miss
proud.
Denise. I used to have my pen and paper as
Yeah.
the list of challenges was going, writing down who's
Yeah.
the host, what's the title,
Yeah.
what's the time. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Now,
You
KJ, I haven't heard from you in a while, KJ. It said, KJ, what are your favorite
doing
Christmas
it.
gifts that you received as a little girl? And which of you ladies own a Cabbage Patch Kid doll? KJ.
I don't know.
I
I
think
think
the favorite gift I received as a little girl was when I wanted this necklace set and I saw a woman on TV with one, and I thought it was so pretty. But you don't think that when they said the woman said it was $11.99, you thinking $11.99, right? It's a little. And so my parents told me, no, that's not what she means. $11. It's 11. I like $1,199 for a necklace. You know,
Mhm.
I was like, no. They found me one close to it that had the little heart on it with my birthstone. That had the little ring and bracelet. And I think that was the most favorite gift I ever received that I was in love with when I was a little girl.
I think my favorite, so I didn't own a Cabbage Patch doll. That was kind of like
That was way
after
after my
after
school
my
days.
generation, not to show my age, but that
That
was
was after me.
after my generation.
That's showing my age.
Yeah, but I think
Right.
my favorite was it was an easy bake oven. Like now,
Yeah.
I love to bake, and my mom did all her baking, everything from scratch. I was the lucky one that found all the recipes when we were cleaning out the house.
Yeah.
It was an easy bake oven, learning how to bake, and
Yes.
You know what? My favorite Christmas gifts were books. Books. I mean, I always
Love
wanted
to
books
read.
as a gift. So you guys know I like to read a lot. I like to write. So my favorite gift was books. And as for Cabbage Patch dolls, that was something I might have bought for my daughter because I'm
Me too.
well past the Cabbage Patch.
Well, I'm gonna tell you the funny thing about the Cabbage Patch doll. When my daughter was born, she was a preemie. She was a 7.5 month preemie. She weighed 2 pounds and 9.5 ounces. And at that time, they didn't have preemie clothes in the store. My aunt
No, you
came
didn't.
over with a Cabbage Patch doll dress.
No, you
I
didn't.
was mad. How you gonna put my baby in a doll dress? I was so upset, but it fit. It was so cute, and I laughed. Then she went back and she bought some other outfits. So my daughter wore Cabbage Patch doll clothes for the longest till she filled out.
Wow.
And you know what? Her
What
little
a
Pampers,
story.
this phone was bigger than her little Pampers, and you could only buy them by the case. You had to order them from Pampers, and they were. I mean, they were little. They were smaller than this. Her little Pampers. So
Aw.
that's how I was introduced into the Cabbage Patch doll. My daughter wore their clothes.
I had a son. He's an only child, so
Oh my goodness.
What was your favorite toy, Hope?
Oh, I had several. The Cabbage Patch dolls, Easy Bake Oven. I remember getting that. Probably, I would say my Barbie house, dream house.
Okay.
Yeah, my Barbie dream house. It took up
Stacy?
like
But you know what? My daughter wanted one of those dream houses, and my dad built her a doll house. He said he wasn't paying all that money.
Wow.
yeah. Yeah, I'm glad my mom bought that for me. I love that thing.
yeah.
I think mine was whatever jewelry was. I was always a jewelry girl, but the big favorite was my first 10-speed bike.
Okay.
But my family had a twist to it. They connected a little seat to the back that I had to carry my sister in the seat in the back. So that quickly changed my favorite gift. It was a workhorse. So it would be the jewelry.
Tanya, what was your favorite toy?
For the daycare. So yeah, that blew that bubble.
I know it did.
Now I had several, but I'm really getting ready to tell my age. I don't know if you all remember the I'm not sure what you call it. It was a projector with the record that you play on the top, and you stuck the film in, and as the record was playing, the film would roll up, and you see different pictures and things like that. I cannot think of what this thing was, but it was. I'm talking about in the 70s now.
Was it the
Yeah,
it
I
looked
do
like
remember,
Google goggles you put to your
Is that the one you put to your face and you changed it?
Yeah, show and tell.
and you could click
No,
it?
not that one.
No, it
This
wasn't
was
that.
an
Okay.
actual record player. It was a record player that had a projector
Oh.
on the side. You saw the picture as it
Okay.
went up.
Now, I remember my cousin having one of those when I was really little, and she would let nobody touch it. Nobody could
Yeah, I
touch it.
remember that
I've
one.
never heard of a
Yeah.
chatty Cathy. What is chatty Cathy?
Oh,
baby doll.
Jenny Cathy, it was probably one of the first
Is that a
dolls.
You pull the string,
And the doll
Right.
would so when
Oh
people
my
call you a
goodness.
Jetty Cathy, that means you talk too much. It was a doll that
Mhm.
talked.
Wow. Shoshana, what was your favorite toy?
I had so many favorite toys, but I think two of my favorites. One was a baby Feel So Real doll. I've always wanted to be a mom. And so my mother, she got me this baby Feel So Real doll, and you could feed it, you could change it.
Yeah.
The baby cried, everything. I mean, it was heavy. It felt like a real baby. So I had two of those. And
Wow.
then my ultimate favorite one was my sewing machine that my grandmother, she passed down to me. It
Mm-hmm.
was her sewing machine when she was a little girl. And then she passed it down to me, and I learned how to sew on that sewing machine. So I was sewing everything, pillowcases, curtains. I was sewing like when I was in junior high school and high school, I was sewing my names, like out of making pillows, my names. So I was sewing everything. And I think with that, it sparked that, that creativity in me. And I've
Yeah.
always wanted to like have my own pillow covers and my own line of stuff. So I would say the sewing machine was like my ultimate favorite gift.
Okay, Tamara.
Okay, so listen here.
Yes, Miss
You
Tamara.
guys had some amazing upbringing. I don't have a favorite toy. My toy was whatever I made. Uh, you get a piece of
Mm.
plastic
And make
bottle.
it happen.
Okay, you get a hanger. You get to you just do it. I didn't really have anything that I could say. I think I remember having a nondescript, no name doll. I don't know, maybe about 4 inches, and I think
Okay.
that's about it. I don't can't really say. Um, yeah.
I have a funny question for you guys. Which famous person would you like to be your BFF?
Oprah.
Oh my gosh.
Mm.
Denise, you said that fast.
Yes, she did. Oprah.
Oprah.
I have to think
Yeah.
about that.
Oh my
Mm.
gosh.
I mean, just think about all the things that Oprah has accomplished. Just think about all the
Yeah.
things she's accomplished and where she started. Because she did not start out life easy.
No, she
That's
didn't.
true. She didn't.
Mm-mm,
Yeah.
mm-mm.
I would
Yes.
like to
True.
spend a day with Taraji to see what she does. Because she tickles me.
Taraji P.
She makes me laugh. And I think if I spent the day with her, I'd have so much fun running around with Taraji.
For me, Viola Davis.
That's a good
Yes.
yes.
Viola
Mm.
Davis. I
Yes.
just read a little clip on her a
Mm.
couple days ago about her life, and interesting woman.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah, Viola.
No silver spoon there.
Mm-mm.
Hope, do you have a famous person?
I probably do, but I can't think right now. So
Me too,
then I'll
Hope.
let somebody else go, and then
Like,
I'm with you, Hope. I can't think of no one.
Mhm.
That
Tanya?
I don't know.
That's hard for me. I think
Mm.
I would love to spend some time with Oprah as well. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't think of anyone else at this point, you know.
Oh my goodness. That
Mm.
would get me. Shoshana?
Well, two of my famous that I would
Okay.
love to be BFFs with.
Yes,
One
ma'am.
would be Janet Demita Joe Jackson.
She gonna say the whole government name. Say the whole government
Love
name.
her. She has been like, my heart ever since I was a kid. Just loved Janet. And my second would be Candace Cameron Bure, because I absolutely love what she stands for. I love that she's so bold about her faith.
Now, who is this?
Candace Cameron Bure, she's the Full House girl. DJ Tanner.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it have to be a
Tamara?
female? Do you have?
No.
Does it have to be a female?
No, it
I
don't
would
have to be
run.
a female.
I would partner up and run around with Tyler Perry for a while.
Yeah.
Mm,
Oh yeah.
Just to
that's
get
That's good
interesting.
the
company right
inside
Yeah.
there.
scoop. Yeah. Just to get the inside scoop on things.
Mhm.
I was gonna say God, but that would mean that I'm no longer on this earth.
Yes, ma'am.
Not
Yes,
really.
ma'am.
Well,
Well,
no,
I mean
Mhm.
that
because
in a good
Jesus
way,
did
not
cross
like
my
Yeah.
mind, but I didn't think I wanted to go that route. But
and
yeah, you can
yeah,
say God, he'll come
I was
down
gonna
and
say
dwell. He'll come dwell
yeah,
with you,
Yeah.
go around
walk in the
and
garden with you.
try to come back and help transform people for their negative ways that I saw that they didn't know that I saw because I was up there.
Yeah.
Oh,
That would be
wow. That's
something
awesome.
interesting.
Hmm.
Now, KJ said, what is the worst gift you guys ever received? But you don't have to say who sent it, just the worst gift.
I got a re-gift outfit from a relative that I I had actually saw her wearing the outfit, and I was with her when she was at the store. And then it was something that there's no way that I would wear it. And
Oh
I
my goodness.
waited and I said, why would you give me something that you already had in your closet?
Oh
Yeah.
no,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
wow.
grimy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
If she had the guts to give it, then she has the guts to take it.
Yeah, my goodness.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think the
Yeah.
worst.
I don't
And
know. I can't think of the worst gift that I've
I
had.
never wore it. It went to the thrift store eventually.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think the worst gift I got, but they meant it from the bottom of their hearts. But
You
there was
sure?
some shoes, and they were so ugly. But they were beyond ugly. Oh, they saw somebody wearing some shoes that we were looking at on TV, and I said, "Oh, those are some pretty shoes." But they thought I was talking about the ugly ones they bought, and not the ones that I was really looking at. And being me, having to be nice, Reverend Walker's daughter, I had to be nice and wear them ugly shoes to church.
Well, you know what? I'm not nice anymore. They tell me that since I retired, I'm a
Oh
little
my
bit too
God.
outspoken.
Well, my daddy said, "Baby, she meant that from the bottom of her heart. She was trying to do something that you really liked.
Oh, bless her heart.
So I understand you don't like them shoes, but baby, you need to wear them at least one time and let her see you in them shoes." I'm like, they're the
Oh.
ugliest things I ever seen in a lifetime. I can't even pretend that they pretty. I had to go find. I went and got just a plain black dress because these shoes were so ugly they couldn't go with nothing else. And I wore them shoes to church, and you like them? I'm going, yes, ma'am.
Oh, it was an elder.
And they were so ugly. Oh my God,
Oh
they were
my
so ugly.
word.
My grandmother pulled me to the side of the church. She said, "Baby, why did you wear them ugly shoes to church?"
Oh,
I had to tell her, my grandmother, why I wore them. And she told my dad, "I can't believe you made that girl wear them ugly shoes."
But
Said,
though,
"Baby,
Stephanie,
I
you
got some
blessed
house
her
shoes
by
in the
wearing
car.
them.
You can go change your shoes, baby." And I went and changed into the house shoes. They
My
were
word.
ugly. Oh, y'all, if y'all saw them, y'all. Oh, it was so ugly. They had so many colors on them, and oh, they were ugly. They were so ugly. They would hurt your feelings. They were ugly.
oh.
Well,
Ugly.
I have a question. I was just kind of wondering, what are you guys' plans for your YouTube channel for next year? What is it that you want to try to do?
That
Get back on it.
vision board.
Let's start there.
What was that?
Yes, Pam.
I said to
I have
get
a
back
vision
on it,
board.
Miss Denise.
Okay.
Let's start.
I have a vision board coming challenge for next month. So y'all can do a video and share it there. Don't share it here. Do the vision
I
board.
wasn't going to share it here, but
Oh, but I already
I
have.
got a lot of
I
big
got that video ready.
I got a lot of big plans. It's like I went through like a 2-year YouTube funk so
Yeah.
so, so to speak. So I got divorced, so that was a little hard on me because it wasn't something that I wanted. It's something he chose, and I found myself, alone in a
Bless
house
you.
by myself because my
Bless
son,
you.
Thank you.
was, out on his own with his wife and his family.
Mhm.
And
Oh
then
God.
having
I'm
issues at
sorry.
my job, getting ready to retire. So I went through like a 2-year funk that I hardly even done any videos. I just didn't have the drive or the energy. So actually,
Yeah.
after my mother's passing earlier, like maybe February, March, I just really started getting back into a little bit of a YouTube groove.
Mhm.
So I've already been doing my little notebook of what I want to do next year.
That is bad, Selena, that she even gave you the receipt so you can go return it. That's bad.
Oh, that's not my
My
Not
Lord.
mother-in-law.
bad. That's her acknowledging, hey, I
Yeah.
probably didn't do my very best, so I'll give you the easy way out. At least there's
Yeah.
the acknowledgement that you might not like it. So I prefer that.
Okay, Summer.
Mhm.
Let's see. Who else? I'm going through the messages.
Merry Christmas.
Let me see.
Hello,
That's
Paulette.
funny. What was the anybody else have the worst gift?
I
Probably
can't
not.
remember. I don't think I've ever
Mm,
gotten a bad gift.
I've gotten one, but I'm not gonna mention it because she might watch this in a replay and she'll know I'm talking about her.
She gonna
And I
come
don't
for
want
you.
to hurt anybody's feelings. But
She
it's
gonna
funny how people think they know my
Yeah.
style and they
Oh
can
my
Yeah.
pick
God,
something
yes.
for me. And it's like, oh, this one looks so pretty. You know where you got this, that, and the other. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's cute. Thank you. No, ma'am. No,
My
thank you.
thing is,
Thank you for the thought.
what do you do with all that stuff? Because I mean, I got a box full of gifts of stuff. I'm like, this is not me. I would never wear that. I don't
I
like it.
normally I give it to
Donate
Trade
it.
gifts
the
to other
Goodwill,
people.
donate it to
Yeah.
someone else who might love it.
Donate it.
I only kept it in case they say.
And you know what I did that? I keep it for at least a year. After that year,
Mhm.
it's gone.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
it's
here's a
nothing
Yeah.
you
question,
can do with it.
ladies. This is something that I really want y'all to think about.
Okay.
Now it says, what is something that you were really stressed about, but it turned out to be no big deal?
Hmm.
You
I'm
talking
still
about this
waiting.
year?
Ooh, I know.
I'm still waiting.
Are you talking about this year, Stephanie?
Yeah, it could be this year.
I feel you, Shoshana.
Mm,
So for me, something that I was really stressed about, and I stressed about this for a couple months. Working for the government, when you retire, it takes 6 months before you get your first check, right?
Yeah.
I
oh,
knew
wow.
Yeah.
yeah, I knew I had the savings. I had planned 5 years in advance with savings and everything, but I stressed over that so much. And the fact that my divorce was a non-contested divorce, but they kept wanting documentation outlining everything, or they were going to automatically take money
Yeah.
from my check to put aside. I stressed out about that for months until
Mm.
I was able to find a good lawyer that drafted up a form, and my ex-husband, we're friends, was willing to go with me to the notary to sign the paper and submit it. But stressing out over 6 months of no income,
Yeah.
but such a blessing that I'm a saver, so it didn't bother me. But still, when is this check coming?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I
the
love
thing
the way
about
that you're so transparent,
yeah.
Marilyn. You
Yeah.
know, you share that. It's so many, you're helping a lot of women, I believe that,
Yeah.
you know,
I'm an
when
open
you
book.
give that information.
I have nothing I have nothing to hide in my life. I've lived a wonderful life. I'll be 62 this year. And I'm loving,
All right.
and I'm
Okay.
loving, and I'm loving life.
It's
I'm
just
loving
That's
life.
beginning.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
It's beginning.
Anybody
Wonderful.
else have
It's
anything
great.
that they were stressed over, they're trying to be nothing?
I
You
have a
know,
medical.
for
I had a
me,
medical issue. I'm
uh,
sorry. Go ahead, Tony.
Go ahead.
I didn't want to interrupt you, Stacy.
Oh, that's okay.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead. I'll
Tanya.
go after you.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
I was going to say for me, you know, after my mother passed, there were some added responsibilities that I had to take on, and I really thought that it was going to overwhelm me. And but it turned out to be more of a blessing for me
Yeah.
than a stressor. You know, in the beginning, when you don't know what to expect, when you don't know how
Yeah.
to manage a certain thing,
Mm,
you know,
mm.
sometimes you just don't feel like it's going to work out in the beginning, you know. But, you know, the Lord worked it out so that, you know, it turned out to be more of a blessing to me than anything because you know, the grieving part, I have to quite honestly say that I haven't even grieved yet because of all of the
Yeah.
things that I've had to do afterwards because everything fell on me. You know, I have a sister who happens to be, you know, a little mentally challenged, and it was just she and I.
Yeah.
So I have taken on the responsibility of being her caretaker. And so not only that, but my mother had a home, and then there were some other things that I needed to take care of. Um,
Yeah.
you know, when and I pray that this helps someone. And that is that when life happens suddenly and unexpectedly, such as this, um, it was my faith that really kept me going. It really
Yeah.
was because
Yeah.
I really just did not know how I was going to be able to manage so much. It was so much. However, I thank God for my husband and my extended family as well. You know, I thank God for the support system that I had. However, many of us know that have gone through this that the things that you have to do after a loved one passes, sometimes it's just you that can get it
Yeah.
done. No one else can get it done but you. And so
Mm-hmm.
when that falls on you and you're exhausted and you're tired and and I was determined that I was not going to let this stress me out. However, the grieving, the emotions were up and down and I just couldn't seem to get myself together for a while. And you, some of you all know what I'm talking about. And it was just so much. And I too took a year off from YouTube, you know, because it just was too much. It was too much.
Yeah.
But God worked it out. I thank
Yes,
God.
he
He
Amen.
worked it out
he does his
where, He's given me the strength to keep moving every day. And I tell you, it was an experience. It really was, and it still has been. But in the meantime, like I said, it has become, I can't go into all of the details, but it has become more of a blessing to me than anything. It has increased my faith. It has also increased my ability to get things done. It has increased me in so many other ways. And I'm just glad that it turned out to be what it was. And that's a great question. Stephanie. It really is. So I trusted the Lord through the process of it all, and it turned out to be a blessing.
Yeah.
Amen. I know it's
Stacy.
yes.
Miss
No,
Stacy.
I was just going to say that Tanya got me going reeling right now with because I get it. I get it.
I
After
do. I get it.
it was right after her mom passed, and I
Yeah.
had reached out and was talking to her, and 3 months later,
Mm-hmm.
my mom passed. So it was like
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
guys, you got a sense of humor. You got me
Oh
ministering, talking and encouraging people around me who losing loved ones that are close, and then bam, it hit me right around the corner. And it's been a year and 7 months, and I'm still reeling, but I'm
yeah.
working through it. Um,
Yes, yes.
but the thing is, I had a medical scare that I was so worried about. I thought I had another tumor,
Oh,
and turns out once everything came back, God is good. It was
Yes, he is.
benign,
Yes, he
and
is.
they went to
I
check it
just
again.
I just
They
want to
didn't. They
send my
couldn't find it.
prayers
It was
out.
gone.
I just want to send my
Hmm?
prayers out to all my YouTube sisters because a lot of us lost our
mm-hmm,
parents within the last
mm-hmm.
2 years,
Yeah.
and that is something that we all
3 years.
shared on
Yes.
YouTube.
Yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
I know the pain. I still feel the pain. It's coming around to that 1 year anniversary, and
Mm-hmm.
every day that I walk past that picture, I cry. You
Yes.
know,
Mhm.
yeah.
I tell you, my mom passed
Especially when
September
it was
27th.
unexpected.
And
It's really hard
yeah,
when you don't
my
expect it
mom,
coming.
Right.
yeah, my mom passed September 27th. And my little nephew is 4. And they were down here for Thanksgiving. And he was standing there running around the house playing. And he stopped and he says, "Hi, Grandma, how you feeling?" And we all kind of went, "Hmm." And I mean, he held the whole conversation. And he said, "Okay, I'm hungry too." And he turned, and my husband said, "Who you talking to?" And he turned to my husband, "I'm talking to Grandma," pointing,
Wow.
And when he turned back around, he said, "Hey, where did Grandma go?" And my husband said, "Well, she went to take a nap." He said, "Well, have a good nap, Grandma." And he went to play.
Wow.
He comes in the kitchen, I'm cooking.
Wow.
He says, he looks at me and he give me this grin. And he said, he's never said my whole name. He always say Aunt Tiffy or Tiffy. And he says, "Auntie Steffi." And I said, "Yes, Benjamin." And he says, "Grammy said that's too much lemon juice." I said, "Okay." Did she say what she want me to put in it? He said, "She said to put the creamy milk." I said, "Eagle brand milk." He said, "She said the one with the moo on the front." I said, "Okay, I'll put that in here. Thank you." And he hopped out the kitchen and everybody was looking like,
Wow.
Hmm.
Did that just happen?
you're looking, you're going, "Okay, mama.
Mhm.
I got it." I opened up the Eagle brand milk and poured it in there and used it. And I made the icebox lemon pie. And my brother said, "Oh, it's just got the right zing. You did good by putting other candy in." I said, "Mama told me to."
Mm.
And everybody just kind of looked and
Mm-hmm.
laughed. But
Wow.
you never know what little kids see.
Mm-hmm.
And for her to be there on that day as our first holiday without her was a true blessing
Wow.
because
Yes.
the house felt so calm and you felt that love that was always flowing during the holidays. And then we always played games, card games or whatever. And we were playing the game and we were laughing. And this flower of hers that was on the bar, it kind of moved. Everybody just looked at it. And then Benjamin says, "Grammy said water her plant." We was like, "Okay, mama, you need to go sit
Mm.
down somewhere."
Enough.
You need to go sit down somewhere, Coran. You being a bit bossy. Go sit down. And
Mhm.
he just started laughing. So, I think God does things. He gives you bits when you need it.
Mhm.
Right.
When you think that the thing in your life is breaking you, because, like Tanya said, I was the one that had to take care of well, I didn't have to. I felt that it was my duty to take care of everybody.
That's right.
Make
That's
sure
right.
everybody was okay.
Mm-hmm.
Make
Mm-hmm.
sure that all the funeral arrangements and everything was done in both towns. Make sure everybody was fine. And
Mm-hmm.
inside, I was breaking down, but I wouldn't show it. And
Right.
when my nephew started telling me all those messages, I knew my mother was saying, "You need to let it go. You need to, you need to cry. You need to do it." I
Mm.
think God does things, like you said, He does things to make you laugh. And when you think you're breaking, He does something to make you smile. I always have to remember that everything is done for a reason. It has a
That's right.
purpose, a
Yeah.
meaning
Yes.
for everything.
That's
The
right.
littlest
That's right.
small thing you think it doesn't matter, that he will show it to you, and it'll open up the door to something that you thought that was really bogging you down. He'll tell you, sit down, or you need to drink this, or you need to do this. And when you do what he tells you, everything that was stressing you will just dissolve.
Yeah, because I know me, I woke up several times when I flew back here to Pittsburgh because my mom lived in Michigan. For several weeks, something would wake me up in the middle of the night, and it was a voice saying, "It's okay."
Yeah.
You know, it's okay, because I was so grief stricken that I didn't get to spend. The plan was to, you know, retire and go spend like 2 months up there.
I remember you did say that.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
something just kept waking me up saying, it's okay. And I actually felt somebody touching my foot, and I live alone.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now here's a
Well,
question for you, ladies.
that actually took me more back into my faith.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is the best thing about your life right now?
That I finally got a granddaughter.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Here's a
Congratulations.
cute little something.
Congratulations.
Here's a cute little something.
I think for me, it's the peace that I have with myself and my husband right now. It's
Yeah.
just the two of us here. And, you know, like most people that have been married 50 plus years, we've had our ups and we've had our downs. And, you know, you just have some seasons. And right now we're in a really good season. And I thank God every day for this really good season. And I'm really enjoying that. And look, Michelle just joined us. Hey, Michelle.
Yep. Hope, what's the best thing about your life right now?
Right now, I see things full circle. I see things like little things that I did as a little girl that I may have been afraid to do that I'm doing now. How my steps were ordered the whole entire
Yeah.
time, and I thought it was setting me back. Like being a teen mom, it made me a great mom.
Yeah.
Things that I prayed about is
Mm-hmm.
now like happening now. And again, like Janice said, like I just have a peace. Like if
Yeah.
the question earlier, I can't remember what it was, but trying to juggle it all. And if it don't get done, it just don't get done. So just having peace. Because I think when I started YouTube, I was like 30, I don't know, 9 years ago. So I cared about what everybody thought. I cared about this and that, and now I don't. I
Yeah.
don't. I don't even, people in my everyday life, and I just have so much more peace. I'm growing into who I am. So just seeing things full circle, that everything happened for a reason. That's what I'm seeing now in my life.
Yeah. Shoshana?
Definitely my family. But I think really just redefining me, you know, that I'm not just a wife, I'm not just a mom, I'm not just a daughter. Like there's so much more to me, and really, really like finding my confidence again.
Yeah.
I
I
agree.
feel like I've been lost in
I
the
understand.
many hats that I wear,
Yeah.
um, and just really, really finding who I am again and being bold in me and the things that I love, and really, really just taking care of myself. I think that's where I am right now. That's my season. The season of me
Yeah.
is where I am. Yeah.
Miss Stacy?
Uh, I don't have a best thing at the moment right now. I'm in a tunnel. I'm in a what they call it, uh the weather, the funnels and
Yeah.
hurricanes and
Uh-huh.
tornadoes
Mhm.
going round and round and round. So right now, I really can't pinpoint the best thing that's going on in my life right now. I don't really have one. I don't
Okay.
really have one right now. Just going through, put it like that.
Yeah.
But I do have six
Mhm.
blessings, grandchildren,
Mhm.
so they would be my best thing
Okay.
in my life right now. But everything else is just in a whirlwind right now. So
Miss
Mhm.
Tanya.
put me on y'all prayer list.
Yes.
Yeah. Miss
We
Tanya.
got you, sis.
Miss Tanya, what's the best thing for you right now in your life?
For me, I feel a lot like Denise. I've been married for 38 years as well, and my husband and I are in a good place. Um, haven't always been, let's be
Yeah.
honest, haven't always been,
Yeah.
but, God has kept us, up until this point, and I'm grateful. I'm more confident about myself. I told my husband when I turned 50, I'm 58 now, um, that my eyes were open to a lot of things. My
Yeah.
eyes were open to a lot of things. And what I mean by that is that I know who my true friends are. I
Amen.
know
The big
who
one.
who I want in my circle.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I know what I like and I don't like, and I'm okay with it. I don't have to like what everybody else likes. I have my own style. I'm great with who I am. And so I'm just at a better place. And my thing is, I don't really care about what people think of me, because people are going to think of me one way or another anyway, because they don't know me completely. Nobody knows me but God. And
That's
so
right.
Amen.
I have realized that and know that, I'm not out here to please people. I used to be a people pleaser all the time. I felt like
Me
I had to
too.
please this one and that one and this one. I don't feel that I have to do that anymore, because that's a stressor. If you want to talk about a stressor, that's a stressor.
Okay.
And so,
Yes.
my thing is,
That is a
I'm
stressor.
I'm grateful that I have what I have. I may want some other things, but if I don't get them, I'm okay with it. So I'm just in that headspace right now, and I'm just
Right.
grateful to God for and content with what and where my life is right now.
Excuse
Miss
me, ladies.
Tamara. Miss Tamara.
Okay, so I will have to say family and health.
Yeah.
Over the summer, I got a. It's not a well. It could be serious, but I got a health scare, and it's just caused me to. How do I want to say this?
We here for you, sister. Say it.
I think she's frozen.
Are you
Oh,
frozen, Tam?
Mm-hmm.
I
She's
think
frozen.
Tamara is frozen.
so
She's
I
and,
think
frozen.
for
until
me, the best thing that's happened to me so far is um, knowing God's grace. When you going through something and you think that it's the worst thing that could ever happen to you. And he asked me, he said, well, who told you to think that way? He said, I told you, I opened that door for you. I was going to give you that, and you got it. He said, so why do you think now that because what you're going through now is going to cause that thing to end? He said, I didn't say it was going to end. He said, so enjoy your life now. So I
Mm.
think that me sitting back and listening to what he's telling me instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, I think my life is better now. My husband and I, y'all been married over 20 years. We haven't made 10. We'll be married 8 years this year. And I think with
That's
us,
good.
we
Good.
That's good.
Mhm.
Some people don't last for first year of marriage.
We both, before we got married, we sat down and we talked about it and said what we were looking for, what our expectations were. And my first thing to him was, do you go to church?
There you go.
I said, besides going, do you believe in what you're hearing?
Practice it.
You know, are you living what God telling you to do? Are you doing what a man or a husband will do? Will you do those things? That was the first thing me and him talked about, because he laughed at me today, because after we were dating for about 8 months, I said, what are your intentions? I'm too old to be playing games. So what are your intentions in this relationship? And he was like, I don't know. I said, well, you better find what you want, because I'm not going to sit here forever. I'm not going to be one of those roundaway girls where you come around when you want to. We not playing. So I think God he's made my life. Well, you know what? I prayed and told him what I wanted. And it's so funny, because he showed me one night a house behind me and my husband waving off family as they were leaving after a holiday. And how I know it was married, because we had on matching rings. And the man was standing behind me. He got his hands on, around me, around my shoulders and neck. And, we waving family. And I saw that picture, but I could never see the man's face. We were waving our family from Thanksgiving.
Wow.
And I laughed, because this is the house.
Wow.
And the rings we have on are the rings my husband and I are wearing now.
Wow.
So, I said, this is my best time.
Yeah.
Right now. For what he showed my life is going to be.
I know I said my granddaughter, which I have only one child, and very successful son, very happy for him. And I've always wanted grandchildren, because I only got the one. But I think another thing is, since retiring, I'm redefining myself, finding out who I am, and seeing what I'm willing and not willing to accept from people, and letting them know outright, this is not acceptable to me. It may be acceptable to you, but not to me. So it's like I'm kind of redefining my journey in life, finding out who I am. Because for so long, I was always there for others, giving. So it's time for me to be a little selfish for just Marilyn.
Now, here's your next question, ladies. What music do you listen to that lifts your spirits when you're feeling down?
Diana Ross. I want the world to know. Yep, Diana Ross. I live here. Oh yeah, Diana Ross.
For me, any good gospel group.
Yeah.
If I can just put some gospel music on in the background and do my cleaning and cook, that makes me happy. Any music that uplift me.
Yeah. Oh.
The same gospel worship music all day. All day. That's my thing. My everything. My mama told me about this new song by Bree Babylon.
Yes.
And she has another one called Holy Spirit. I've been playing that on repeat. I love that.
I'm gonna interject here for a minute. See on the screen, the $5 Jewelry Paradise, Terry Donald. That is my sister. She has a new single out called Growth. Now she's a gospel singer, and her new song is on Spotify. And the first time I heard this new single, it made me cry. Because I mean, this song, it hits you in the heart and it just spreads. So check out my sister Terry Donald on Spotify. Her song is Growth. I love it. I love it. I love it.
And girl, you're going to have to send us that in the email, because we are not going to remember. Let's be honest. I'm keeping it real.
Oh, that song breaks me. It gets me. My sister, this is her, what? She has 3 albums. But
Who is
this
this
song,
talking about
Glow,
aborted babies?
Okay, let's get her off of here. We don't need
Block
this.
her out of
um,
there.
I'm
We don't
finna
need
block
this.
her. I didn't read it.
Block her.
I'm finna block her
Go
out here.
away.
And she's on here a couple of times. I'm gonna have to get her out of there. Oh, okay, Tamara, I'm coming. There you are. There, she said, just listen to music. What song do you listen to, Tamara, when you're down?
Oh, I shall wear a crown.
Mm.
That one takes me there every time. Gracefully broken.
Ladies, Stephanie, I'm gonna apologize to you right now and to all of you on the screen, but I'm gonna bow out. I thought I could do this with a happy face on, but I cannot. I'm really happy right now. And when Tamara said that that's the song we played from at my mom's funeral, that's what
wow.
she wanted played, and I cannot keep
I'm
going. This
sorry.
is supposed to be fun and uplifting, and I normally am, but I'm gonna take myself off the screen. Y'all have a
Understand.
blessed night.
We
All
love you,
right.
Stacey.
Hello,
Go ahead, take
all
care
of
of
you
yourself.
guys,
I'll keep you in
and
prayer.
I'll talk to y'all soon. Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
We,
I'll call
I
you later,
send you
Stacey.
much love, Stacy.
Yeah.
Same
We
here.
understand you.
Thank you.
I'll be talking with you soon.
Okay, we'll call you. But I tell you, I think the song that I play when I'm down, and anything by John P. Key, I can put it on and he'll make me sing and hop around here, and I'll get up and do what I got to do. John P. Key is my man. When I was working at this company that was making me have migraines every day, on the way to work, I would put his CD in, I would sing it all the way to work, and I'd be in good spirits.
What are those? What is the group? It's Four Sisters.
Clark Sisters.
Our sister,
Oh my God. Yes. That's the group. I will put them on until there's no more songs left. on a playlist I created, and I would just turn it on television and just blast it and do what I gotta do.
yeah.
Clark Sisters. That's it.
Let's see, what is his? No, I'm not going to answer that question.
What? No skipping.
Okay, this was one somebody asked me the other day, and I thought it was too funny. What would you not do for $5 million?
I
What's
wouldn't sleep with somebody for $5 million. And I'm gonna be honest. I think that my body is a precious temple. So there's no money in the world that is worth me belittling myself that way.
I agree. I stand with that.
I think I stand with that, but I don't know. If somebody actually offered me $5 million, I'm not saying, you know what, it's right now. I don't think I would. But I haven't had that. I'll put it this way: I haven't had that temptation.
You would
Not
have to
that
ponder.
temptation. I'm not saying I haven't been approached, and of course I'm able to say no. But $5 million, I might think, one night you can't take it all. Maybe. I don't know. Let me make sure my husband.
Miss Denise.
Now the tarot
And you
card
know that's why I'm still single
Just
now,
get rid of
because
her,
that's all
Lisa.
like men are after. And
The
I'm not
tarot,
looking for them.
the person that's a tarot card destroyer, I can't block them because they're coming from one of you ladies' channels. So I need you to look at your comments and see who this person is. They're coming from somebody's channel.
Not mine.
I
Yes,
don't
not
know.
mine.
She says she won't eat potato. Rayon says she won't eat potato salad for $5 million. She said, I may have to take them up.
Tammy said she didn't have to take it.
I may have to take them up on that.
Yeah, I don't know now.
Denise,
Oh, gosh.
Leona said, oh, Denise.
Mm.
You didn't hear me say that, Leona. Oh no, I just know you didn't hear me say that.
I need a
Hold on,
fan right now. I'm
Stephanie.
I got one over here. Let me
Stephanie.
pull it out.
Yeah.
I can't pinpoint one thing, but there's a lot that I would not do for $5 million.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
That's a lot.
There is a
Somebody,
lot.
please
If
look
it's
on the channel for the
contradicting the word of
for the
God, or if it contradicts my standard, then I'm not doing it.
There you
Yeah.
go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, word of God, that kind of thing. No, I would not.
Yeah.
Mm.
Let's see. What was this? What was the reason? If your life flashed before your eyes, what would you expect? What would you expect to see? The first thing.
Ooh.
I would
Jesus.
expect to see myself in jail.
Mm.
Expect to see Jesus.
What?
I would expect to see myself in jail. I've had some coworkers that tried to take me there.
Oh,
I didn't bite because I knew I only had 5 years left to retire. But I would probably be in jail because I really wanted to physically hurt some people.
Mm.
I'm being honest. So yeah, if it flashed, I would be in jail.
I think I would look back on all the different little scenes of time with my children, times with my husband, time with my family. Hopefully, it would be happy memories that would flash because I'm hoping that the last memories that come wouldn't be those that cause me pain and discomfort.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't cause me pain and discomfort, but it would cause them some pain and discomfort.
Okay. Now, out of the movies that are out right now, ladies, what movie do you wish you could go see today?
Color
Color
purple.
purple.
Color purple. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We got tickets for Christmas Day, 3 o'clock.
I've been
Yes.
seeing the good
Mhm.
reviews and the things
Yep.
about the color purple that I would love to go and see.
Yep, we're going the
I would
weekend.
expect to see
My
Glittery
sister.
Wings.
Just bring a
at
whole
the
box of
gate.
tissue.
Yeah, well, I saw the first one, and my sister was like, you know what, I don't want to see that. It's got this, it's got that. I said there are some very uncomfortable moments.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Well,
But
see, that's
you're right,
because
there's some very
when they
uncomfortable.
did the first one, they cut out a lot of stuff from the book out of the first one.
Yes,
Yeah.
they did. Mm-hmm.
And like when I saw a part in the book, I'm like, wait a minute, that wasn't in the movie. But then you have to think there were some things they had to cut out. And they are showing up more in this movie, a lot of things that were not included in the first one.
Oh,
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 wow.
So I'm
there was
kind of
enough in the first one.
happy to see. I'm really happy to go. I want to see this one and see what it was like because I really did like the color purple.
me and my
I'm looking
sister,
forward
we're
to
all
seeing
going.
the new actors and new actresses in
Yes.
the movie and seeing how they bring those characters to life.
Yes.
Exactly.
Now, if you could talk to someone from your past, who would you talk to and why?
Mm.
My grandmother.
My grandmother.
My
Jinx.
grandmother. My grandmother died when I was 9 years old.
Okay.
So I would love to talk to her and just get her perspective on adulting. Because she did it so well. She raised 13 kids.
Woo!
And
Wow.
I'm raising 3. And I'm almost bald.
Girl, look.
Snatched every edge.
Wow.
Girl.
Oh.
But definitely my grandmother. She just had such wisdom, and I miss her every single day. She died in 1990, and it's like it's we were talking about grieving earlier, and it never goes away.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
It never goes away. And there are times when I remember when I was 16 years old, I was sleeping in my bedroom and I woke up. I was getting ready to go to the bathroom and my eyes opened up and I literally saw her sitting on my dresser,
Mm.
which was
Oh,
like
wow.
just creepy at the same time, but she was literally sitting on my dresser just watching me sleep,
I,
you
I think
know,
for
but
me, no, go
but
ahead.
definitely my grandmother.
For
Marilyn.
me, mine would be my father because he passed away when I was 19 and I'm 61 now. So, um, and everybody tells me I followed in his footsteps a lot. So I would just like to see him again, speak with him, and tell him about my life.
Mm.
Okay. Now I'm finna jump the question. Um, one of my favorite colors is red hope. And I've been seeing that nice little red truck. I saw it again today. I was like, oh man, hope. I like that. I like that. Now Jill says she's finna go throw on her face and jump on.
Okay, come on, Jill. You got a little bit of that
I think everybody on here
Come
said
on, fashionista.
their grandmother. I would like to go see,
Grandmother.
I would like for my
Hey,
great
V.
grandmother. Hi V.
Hey,
Hi,
V.
Um,
Vivi.
Great
I would like to go
grandmother.
back and talk to my great grandmother, my father's
Yes.
grandmother. Reason being, when I was a little girl, because I have vitiligo, the spots and the discoloration. When I was a little girl, I had spots on my face and my neck. And my great grandmother called me in the house with that bowl under her arm, whipping that bowl with that spoon and nothing falling out. And I used to be so amazed with that. Some stuff up and she rubbed it on my face, my neck, and my shoulders. But it stank. Oh my God, it stank. But she made me sit there for almost an hour with this stanky stuff on. And then after that, she told me to go wash my face, wash it off. And do you know within the next couple of days, all the spots and blotches on my face were gone?
Wow.
Mm.
Back one solid color. And the reason why I want to go back and sit with her because she used to always make those old folks remedies, out of herbs and different things. And nobody wrote down what Mama Cora always said. And if I could go back and just sit down and talk to her and get some of those old folks remedies with the herbs and the oils and all that for all kind of sicknesses and all those issues for your hair falling out, for pimples, and especially for the young girls now with the cycle problems. When you have your menstruation and you having all these issues, she had stuff she would mix together with oil and sulfur and put it on your tongue, and you wouldn't cramp.
Wow.
So imagine if some of that stuff that they had back then that they used, that they grew in their yard, we had those remedies today. That's who I would like to go talk to just to get that information because
Well,
things
Stephanie,
to write it down.
not to interrupt you, but as you were talking about that, Kadia at oh shoot, now I can't think of the name of her channel.
Is that the
She
woman with
changed
the
it. She
spices
just
and
changed
herbs?
it.
Yeah, Kadia, she does the herbs and spices and that kind of
Mhm.
thing. She teaches you how to use herbs and things that grow in your yard to
Yeah.
handle menstrual cramps and to make medicines and to do all those kinds of things. And as well as I know her channel name, it just left my mind. But Kadia talks about those things now. She'd probably be a good one to have on your show one day to talk about some of
Yeah.
the herbal
Yeah.
lessons that she gets into.
Now, my father just called me and I hung it up because I didn't want to be rude. And my sister just texted me. My father is 77 years old, y'all. No, 78. And it is 7:08 p.m. here in Houston. And he's going to back to our hometown. He's leaving out now to drive 3.5 hours. Okay. Normally, Reverend Walker would get up at 3 in the morning and leave out to head in the middle of the night because he don't like dealing with traffic right now. and trying to tell my father to leave at a decent hour so we know you're okay. If something happens, somebody can see you on side the road.
They are not our children, and that's what we have to realize.
Hmm.
That was our battle with my mom.
My dad now
I'm
that
not your child.
I took him to the VA the other day, and the doctor was telling him what he needed to do with this certain medicine. We got in the car. I ain't taking that. I don't need that stuff. I said, Daddy, you need to take your medicine like the doctor said. They're changing you from one insulin to the next one. So just switch. I don't want to stick myself no more. I said, but you're already doing it twice, and it's your fault. You need to follow his direction. Now he's leaving out in the dark, heading to our hometown. And I called. My sister said she texted my brothers. So they upset too that he leaving in the dark again.
Oh, wow.
My daddy. I love him. I do. I do.
I don't have nothing against the VA because I retired from the
Yeah.
government, but just watch that switching of the medication.
Well, the reason why they did it is because the other one he was on, he started to break out in a rash. And I told him that we need to go back to see if he's allergic, and he's allergic to it. So they put him on a different one. Trust me, I watch everything he takes. Where is she at? Jill, you better get on this camera. Come on, hi y'all. You better get on here. The link is on Instagram, Jill. Let's see. What's another question? What is one thing that bothers you the most about the world today? What is the one thing that bothers you about the world today? Name one thing.
One thing. Oh, one thing. Let me see.
I won't say anything because I don't want your channel to get any strikes.
Yeah. But let's just say man's inhumanity to man.
That's it right there.
Yes.
Very well said. Thank you.
I saw something the other day regarding children that made me want to go through the TV screen.
Ooh, yeah.
And me, I have a problem when you mistreat children and when you mistreat the elders. And I can't deal with you when you mistreat a child. And when you take a 92-year-old woman, break in a house and beat her up to take her check, and you her grandchild,
What?
let me be this much kin to you.
I don't even have to be a kin to you. Let me see that. And I'm going in.
I
Thank
can't.
you.
I think morals
That's insane.
and people don't raise their children anymore.
No, the television.
That's right.
And
That's right.
when I was coming up, when you came up the street from school to go to my grandparents' house, they be sitting outside. Don't walk by nobody's house and don't say hello. Hello, Miss So-and-so. Hello, Mr. So-and-so. How you doing, Miss So-and-so? And if you miss one person, they call my grandma. She make you go back down and start all over again and speak to everybody come up that street. And if you did something wrong and your neighbors saw it, they could tap your behind and tell your parent. Well, when you get home, you're finna get another one because your parents say you knew better and they had to tell you, you finna get another one. But today you can't tell kids nothing. And they don't raise them. And you got it now where they think it's okay to cuss out a teacher or cuss and disrespect the elderly. You're not raising your children anymore.
Yeah.
And then you took God out of church.
They're trying to take him out of everything.
Out of school. You took the God out of school. They can't pray on school ground. And if they catch your children in a group and they praying, do you know they try to suspend them from school for praying?
Yeah. He's hardly in church.
Well, we know what the real
I
deal
get
is.
into that.
Yeah,
We know
that's
what
why I said I
think-
won't say anything because you'll get some strikes.
I think for me is the dressing or the lack thereof.
Ooh.
Lord.
I am so sick and tired of seeing boobs and butt everywhere. and like, boxer shorts stained with poop and just
Not the
I
same.
Well,
can't.
you know what? We were
I
at the
can't.
mall in Georgia over the Thanksgiving holiday, and we were walking down the mall. This woman walked past us, and I'm sure it looked like she just had on panties for the bottom. They weren't even swimsuit bottoms. We were like, what?
What?
It's
Yep.
Mhm.
insane. Like, you can't even go into a store anymore and find clothes because it's just material on a string.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just don't get it. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a
Stephanie,
lot
I
of things that
happen
bothers me, but
Go ahead.
definitely the
I
lack of
happen to
clothes.
be a parenting educator, and
Hmm.
some of the things that I see on a regular basis can be very disturbing. And,
Hmm.
when you have children having children, it's kind of hard to be a
Yeah.
parent,
Yes.
and then when you have uh, children being raised by the grandparents who happen to be,
Yes.
very tired and overwhelmed with things, it's hard to parent a child. And then
Yes.
those children grow up and they say to the grandparent or to the foster parent, you're not my parent, you're not, you can't tell me what to do, and so forth and so
Yes.
on. But as the parent or the grandparent, you're trying to keep a roof over their heads, and you're trying to protect them, you're trying to make sure that they're taken care of. But
Hmm.
it's a difficult cycle that has gone on for some time now. And unfortunately, the one of the issues can be that, again, you have children trying to raise children. And
Yes.
you'd be surprised at how many parents don't know how to take care of their children because
Yes.
they weren't parent either.
Yes.
So it's a difficult cycle. It truly is.
Yes.
Yeah, it
Now
is.
here's a question that I just got text.
Wait, Jill said
Stacey,
she
I
didn't
wanted to
see the
say,
link.
can you hear me? Oh.
Go
Jill
ahead.
said she didn't see the link.
I just sent it to her.
Okay.
Go ahead, Hope.
I was just gonna say, yeah, I feel like, I was a child raising a child, but it's the foundation. It's the
Yes.
foundation.
Yes.
And
Right.
I think it's a generational thing. I just finished reading a book about
Absolutely.
it and generational curses, and it was really deep.
Mhm.
So that's what I see. I see it on a spiritual level, which
Yes.
a lot of
Hmm.
people
Yes.
see it right in front
Mhm.
of them, and it's so much deeper than that. But it's
Yes.
really a foundation,
Yeah.
because I did go to school with some people that their grandparents or their aunts raised them, and I'm like, what? 'Cause I didn't understand.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
seeing some, I don't want to, because I don't know who's watching this live, but I just see the generation just changing. They're not respecting the
Yes.
elders. They're not
Mhm.
listening. Like, I
Hmm.
learned early to listen to, if I listened to my parents, and certain things would have been so much easier. And though they
Yeah.
may not have all the answers and they may make mistakes, they have did things that we have not done yet. So
Yes.
when
Right.
you
Right.
be
Right.
okay, you're going to get through this, you don't want to hear it, but
Yes.
Yeah.
they have walked that walk. They have learned wisdom, and
Yeah.
Mhm.
a lot of young people, they do not want to listen. They don't want to listen to elders and authority, and their life
Mhm.
would be so much easier. And that's why a lot of them don't know how to do anything like simple
Hmm.
things like cook or dress properly, or
Yeah.
Right. Right.
and raise their children correctly. But one
Right.
of my
Exactly.
pet peeves is that, and I may be going off on a tangent, but one of my pet peeves is when adults or parents just, they know their child is wrong or they're
Hmm.
wrong, and they still allow them to go
Upholding.
down the spiral effect, the spiral of, no, correct them, let them know that's wrong and don't do that. And you need to
Right.
speak, like Stephanie was talking about, speaking to everybody. When you walk in the room, you speak.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
parents, adults who don't even do that. So
Oh
um
Right.
yeah. This
Exactly.
part.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because we used to have
Exactly.
to come in and say, you walk in the house, you speak. good
Yep.
evening,
Good
good
morning,
afternoon,
good
good
evening,
morning,
good
or
afternoon.
whoever's in the room. You had to
Yeah.
Or
address.
they say what, huh? And I have to get on
Ooh,
my kids too. Like
my
you say,
cousin got hit in the head with a shoe for saying what?
yeah.
You know,
Hmm.
I gotta say, I was born and raised in Jamaica, West Indies, and the way that the way that back in the days when we were raised, it was completely different. Everybody was raising you. You
Yes.
know, we
Right.
had our neighbors, our teachers. I mean,
Mhm.
they whoop us for
Strangers.
strangers became family, and it was like a village. It really was. It was really like a village. And I tend to raise my kids, my husband and I, we raise our kids old school way, like,
Yeah.
the way that we were raised. I mean, some things, you take the meat off the bone, but we raised them the old school way, like the way my parents used to raise me and the way my
Right.
husband's mom, did it with him and stuff. And it's not easy because you find yourself that you're kind of competing with today's things, and they go to school and they see certain things and stuff like that. But at the same time, like Hope said, it's the foundation. If that
Yes.
foundation is shaky, if that foundation is not solid, it's a problem. It definitely is a problem. And I feel like a lot of the times, um I feel like where we messed up as a generation, or maybe a generation before us, is that we gave in to the kids.
Right.
We gave in. They try to take the power away from the parents and put it in the hands of the children.
Right.
And I know
Mhm.
for me, seeing the type of mom that my mother is, back in the day, she challenged the authorities. Because I can remember one time, my younger brother, he was standing on the corner, and she got her behind out the house, walked to the corner, and yoked him up. She was like, this is not the life that you're gonna, the path
Right.
that you're gonna take. And there was a cop that saw that, and he pulled over, got out the car, and told my mother, "Oh, you can't do that." And she said, "And who's gonna stop me? Because this is my child. And if I don't do this now, then you're gonna do it. And he might end up dead.
Mm-hmm.
So get
Mm.
back in your car, and I'm gonna discipline my son." And she literally grabbed him, dragged him all the way home.
Yep.
So it's like, I just feel like there's certain things that caused the breakdown in the family. And
Mhm.
if those things were to just, be reintroduced again, especially having a male dominance in the family, I feel like kids today will be so much more different.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah.
Amen. Mhm.
I think, like with me, my kid's dad, mm, mm, I tried to make sure that they had positive male role models no matter what.
Hmm.
Now, they had my dad and my two brothers. And with my son, my dad and my brothers, they would come and get him and spend time and answer questions and just talk about whatever men talk about to the boys. Because I remember it was time for the talk. And so I'm trying to get myself together to go talk to my son.
Which one of the two talks, Miss Steph? Because there are two.
Ooh, girl, the one about sex life.
Oh, okay.
I went to him to talk to him, and I said, "Well, son," this he was like, "Mama, are you trying to talk to me about that?" And I said, "Yes." He said, I said, "Would you rather your uncles or your grandfather?" He said, "Please, yes." So I always tried to make sure, even though we didn't have their father around, which was a good thing,
Mhm.
that they had male role models.
Mhm.
And I thank my brothers and my father because they were always there. And you see now with a lot of single parent homes, and they don't have that male to come and put a boy in check, because that boy needs that man to be there to show him how to be a man, to show him how to act. And that girl, she needs that father's extra love from her father to show her how
What
she's
love
supposed to
is,
be.
yeah.
Right. Because like my son called me and he says, he was all dressed up. And I said, where you going? He said, it's date night. And I said, date night. And then my granddaughters walked out and they were all just dolled up, you know. And he said, yes, it's date night. I'm taking my girls on a date night. We're going to the ballet and we're going to dinner. He gave them flowers and they went out on their date night. He said, because he doesn't want them growing up thinking that any man to come and want to take them to the next town is taking them on a trip. He said he wanted them to know how a man is supposed to treat them when they go out. He
No
wanted them to
Cheesecake
know.
Factory.
You know, that's the same thing that my son's wife.
Cheesecake Factory's okay.
My son's wife
Right.
tells my son that he was such a gentleman that there was no way she was going to miss out on the opportunity of getting to know who he was.
Oh, that's awesome.
Kudos to y'all.
I've seen up here where a student got an F on a paper. She threatened the teacher. Went home and told her mom that the teacher gave her one more F, what she was going to do. Well, you're not doing the work. So the girl got another F. And after school, the girl and her mom jumped the teacher in the hallway. They broke the woman's collarbone. They broke her arm. They broke her nose. And you thought that you were doing something good, but you forgot you had turned 18. And you're on school ground. So now you and your mother are sitting up in the penitentiary for jumping this teacher because you wouldn't do your schoolwork.
Wow.
And I remember if my teacher told me that I need to get my work done, I'm not going to curse her out or disrespect her. And if she called my parents, oh man,
It's over.
Thank you.
And so I look at the way the world is and the way the parents are raising, well, not parents, the children are raising children because they haven't grown up themselves. When
It's
you
very
see
different.
the mothers going to the club with their daughters wearing the same clothes, when you see the fathers in the clubs with their sons talking to different women and doing whatever, it's a lot that has died out as far as respect and morals and the difference between a parent and a child.
I remember when I was on punishment for an entire summer for hitting a teacher.
Oh, no,
that I didn't know. Well, I didn't know she was a teacher, but she had grabbed my sister, and I was basically thinking it was a parent, adult, or somebody, and I like hit the teacher for grabbing my sister, only to find out it's a teacher. And my dad didn't take too kindly to it. My mom did. My dad did the whooping, and my mom did the punishment. And I literally stayed in the house the entire summer until it was time to go to school. Yeah, I'll never forget that, and I never act up again. Never.
And my
I've never
I had taught my parents.
I've never been grounded because my mom put the fear of God in me. Okay. So she had a leather belt and that was enough.
Oh,
now, ladies, what is your favorite dish that you like? What if somebody offered you your favorite meal? What is your favorite meal, favorite dish?
Oxtails and rice.
Curry goat and rice and peas.
Turkey and dressing, cranberry sauce.
Spaghetti for me.
Really? Spaghetti?
Yes.
Okay. Ho, your favorite meal?
Mine's cube steak with gravy. I love anything with gravy, some collard greens. It could be mashed potatoes or rice. That's my favorite.
Rice and peas and stewed chicken.
Ooh, girl.
What was that?
Y'all talk about
Rice
some
and
meals
peas and
there.
stewed chicken.
Yeah, I like the
lasagna. I do that too, Michelle.
Lasagna. I like lasagna.
The oxtails and the gravy. girl.
I'm trying to
That's
tell
still
you.
too expensive now. Trying to tell you, Miss Marilyn, it's too expensive.
I got
It is.
oxtails in the freezer, 2 of them, $12 for 2
Yeah.
oxtails.
I'm at the point where
Wow.
That sounds
Yeah.
like a good deal.
$12 for
Girl, look, I remember
two
when
singles.
you oxtails, you would
For
spend
two singles, I
$7
can't even get
and you
one
got
for
enough
12 down
oxtails
here.
to feed your whole family. And a friend of mine spent $90 on oxtails for her and
They
her
used to
sister.
throw them out. It's the West
Mhm.
Indians that came here and made it a delicacy. They used to throw it out at the butcher shop.
Mhm.
Oh no, Leona, liver and onion. Ugh.
oh, I love
And
fried
now we
liver.
can't afford it.
I love
That's the
fried liver
history
and
of
onions too.
Leona, my mom, that was her favorite thing, liver and onions. She would cook liver onions with gravy and mashed potatoes or either rice. And what I ate for dinner was the rice or the mashed potatoes. I could not stand
Liver, you don't like liver? I love me some
is
liver.
so
I love
good.
me some liver, but my mom cooked our liver and onion with grits.
I didn't eat, you know what? Grits burnt.
Wow.
I didn't eat grits,
You're
oatmeal,
not a grits girl.
none of that. I got sick on eating some malto meal when I was little. After eating that malto meal, I didn't eat oatmeal, grits, none of that ever again.
I've never had
One of the
grits.
grains.
You never had grits with cheese and butter?
We don't do grits in
I'm
Jamaica.
from Jamaica. We don't do grits.
Oh,
We
wow.
don't do
Grits are,
grits.
but you hear now, grits are good. But
I've
you know
never
what,
had
though?
it.
I never had
I-
grits until I was probably senior in high school, but grits are good.
I've always
Not
wanted
my
to try
thing.
it.
I eat grits at least 3 times a month.
Wow, I heard it's really good.
Food for a church. Yeah,
I love
she
grits.
said
Well,
it gets too expensive to make food for a church dinner. You sure right.
Mhm.
well,
Right.
the husband's American, so he misses grits because I don't make it.
Don't make it.
Okay,
I mean, it's
how
not
many
hard
of
to
you?
make.
How many of
Just
you
learn
have
how to make it. It's
it's
real
okra?
easy.
It's
Huh?
easy.
Huh?
Do
I
any
never
of
made
you
it.
cook
Really easy
okra?
to make. Just mite a box and then
Yes.
just
Yes,
put it on the
I make
bottom.
okra with fish.
Okay, sugar or no sugar, Miss
Sugar and butter,
On
Sugar
rice?
and butter. Okay.
grits, but on rice too. That's how we ate it growing up.
No
Sugar.
grits.
Stephanie.
On grits?
Yeah, no grits. Can't do
I'm from
grits.
Indiana. Sugar and butter on grits.
We
Gotta
eat
be
No,
sugar
in the
butter on
South,
rice.
it's salt. In the South, it's just salt and butter.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, cornmeal.
Yes,
Butter
B.
for me.
We
Yes,
love cornmeal.
cornmeal. Mm-hmm.
Cornmeal porridge.
Cornmeal
Really?
porridge. Yes.
Yeah,
Cornmeal.
see, Leona's from Virginia.
Oh, wow.
Sugar and butter.
Wow.
Cheese and butter.
Rice and gravy, greens, candy yams, and some smothered chicken.
I'm
Hello.
coming over.
Okay for now.
That sounds so good.
Don't it?
You know who showed how to make smothered pork chops was Gina Cooking in the Kitchen with Gina Young.
Yes.
Oh,
That
Gina
girl
Young.
come right along with her. Those chops were amazing.
She be
What about
cooking.
spoon bread? Do y'all?
I've
What
never
is
heard
that?
of
You know, I
spoon
don't know
bread.
how to
What's
make
that?
that, but I want to learn. My grandma used to make that. My grandma on my dad's side, she used to make that.
What is it?
Remo is asking me about spoon bread all the time. I'm like, I don't know how to make that.
Well,
Sir.
and
Is
one of
spoon bread
my
so
Irish
like bread
friends,
pudding?
my moms used to make it, but my mom never made that.
Is it so like bread pudding, spoon bread?
No, I don't think so.
It's like cornbread ish.
Oh, that's spoon bread.
Yeah, that's spoon bread.
I've had that, but I don't. My mom or my grandma never made it. I've got it at restaurants before.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, ladies, we've been on here almost 2 hours.
Wow, it went by so
And
fast.
It
I
did go by fast.
appreciate you all taking the time out of your day and sitting on here with me tonight. I've enjoyed myself. I've learned a lot from you ladies.
Thank you for
The
having us.
spoon bread is like
Polenta.
Polenta.
what is
Uh,
polenta?
It's
Yeah,
like
that's like Italian cornmeal. It's
Is that
almost
like hot water cornbread?
You know, I think spoon bread is more the texture of hot water cornbread, except it's in a dish, you know, and you scoop it up with a spoon. Whereas hot water cornbread, you make the patties. So
Right.
more of that
Oh,
texture
right.
in
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
bowl or a dish.
Oh, okay.
Because I
You
made
guys
some
ever heard
black
of sweet
eyed
potato
peas and
poon?
some hot water cornbread the other day. And it's
Sweet potato poon.
What is
Not
that?
pone, poon. You guys ever heard of that?
No.
Like
Mm-mm.
raccoon?
You said like raccoon.
Like
Raccoon.
raccoon?
Yes, poon. It's the sweet potato. Well, the yams. You guys call it yams.
Yeah, my
And
mom used to make it, but I didn't eat
oh,
it.
okay.
That's the day I didn't eat.
Why, Miss Fallon?
I didn't like
Out of
I didn't like
raccoon.
I didn't like coon. I didn't like
Oh,
rabbit.
there she is.
I didn't like liver
Hey,
light.
girl.
Liver light. You ever heard of liver light?
No,
Which is
No.
a cow's brain. I
Never.
wouldn't eat that.
Here.
Miss Jill.
Yeah.
Girl, I've been sitting here listening, waiting to be let in. I've been
I didn't roll
listening.
it up. I didn't see it roll up.
I've been listening.
Hush,
Said, let
Miss
me
Jill.
Hey, ladies.
Hi,
Hey.
Jill.
Hey.
How are
Because
you,
I heard
Fashionista?
about somebody not having grits in Jamaica. I can't see who it is, girl, because it's so little. I can't see who it is. And then I heard Denise say she likes sugar and butter on her grits. I
Grits.
do both, depending on whether it's breakfast or dinner. I've been listening. I've been here
All
listening.
right. All right. What's your favorite meal, Miss Jill?
Anything starchy, anything made with pasta. Uh, and then I heard you guys talking about oxtails. Oxtails are ridiculously expensive these
Yes.
days.
It
Yeah.
My
is.
stepfather, for my Jamaican people, please help. He wasn't Jamaican, but he used to make oxtails and spaghetti. I had never heard of it until
I
my
had
mom
never
married
heard of
him.
that either.
Me either.
Oh my
Mm.
God, it was so good, but everything that he cooked was so hot. He made everything very, very spicy.
Spicy.
But see, he cooked when you weren't home, so I wasn't able to hang in there and see what he did.
Wow.
But I really liked that. I thought when
Now
he was cooking, yes,
I
girl,
used
I
to eat
know.
whole head cheese
Yeah, I like that.
until
I
Mhm.
I
like
still
my
eat
until
it.
I saw somebody make it, and that was the end of it.
I still
I
eat
like
it.
yeah, I like chitlins, but I like chitlins, but I won't cook chitlins.
Oh no, don't be
Denise, do
serious.
you
Mm,
know that my
mm-mm.
sister just paid? She just spent almost $200. I think it was like $191 for some chitlins.
Are you
What?
Wow.
serious?
Yes, girl. I said they
Why?
would have Miss Betsy or whoever she is. She
Wow.
no,
Yeah.
That's a lot of
ma'am.
money.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, chitlins have gotten
She said
ridiculous.
she's been cooking beef short ribs instead of oxtails. Yeah,
Oh,
I like
that's
beef
That's a
short
good
ribs
expensive.
too.
substitute. That's a
Mm.
good substitute.
Yeah.
Or one pack
Yeah.
of oxtails and mix them together.
See, I remember when oxtails you could get a big packet, it would be like $7. Everybody'd have 2 or 3 a piece.
Not
And
Mhm.
anymore.
now
Not now, child.
you can't even do that.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
One
You
pack is
have to
Mm-mm.
enough
wonder
for
how
one
many
person.
oxen are there actually, and so how many people butcher ox oxen, and I don't know. Well,
It's
listen,
supply and demand, Miss
guys,
Denise.
I'm going to have
Yeah.
to find.
Well, ladies,
Okay.
we're gonna have to. I'm gonna let you go. We've been on here almost 2 hours.
Mhm.
I've
My
enjoyed your
apologies.
company. I really have. I've had
Same
fun
here.
tonight. I've learned a lot of things about some of you ladies. One thing I do know that we all have in common is that we believe in the Lord Jesus Jesus Christ. Now,
Amen.
Amen.
all
Amen.
are highly
Mm-hmm.
look. That's my main man. If I have a problem, I go to him first.
Yep.
That's
Amen.
it.
And
Yes.
my husband laughed at me because I have a prayer closet. I got different prayers and scriptures taped to my wall. So when I
That's
get up,
okay.
I read them as what's bothering me for that day. I read that prayer, that
That's
scripture, or whatever's
awesome.
on my wall. So I know that's
Mhm.
one thing. That's why I love you, ladies, because you all have the same heart. We all believe in the kingdom, and
Amen.
we
Mhm.
all will
Mhm.
know that He is the one that allows us to open our eyes and start our day every day. He's the
Every
one that
day.
watches over our family as we slumber and sleep every night. He's the one that
Amen.
when we think the road is dark, that He holds that light
Mhm.
so we can see that light and go where we need to go.
Come on, Pastor Stephanie.
Can somebody can
The
Right.
somebody
doors of the church are open.
can somebody lead us out in prayer?
Yeah,
Can somebody lead us out in prayer?
sure will. Heavenly Father, I want to thank you for bringing us together tonight to with the like-minded people that believe in your word. Father, I want to thank you, Father, for allowing us to have this great friendship and bond tonight. I want you, Father, to make sure that everyone listen to my voice has nothing but you on their mind and they get to sleep tonight with that peaceful sleep and rest. That whatever they think that is bothering them and holding them down, Father, you know what it is. You know what your plans are for them. You know where this road is going. So, Father, if you can just give them a light and show them where you want them to go, and Father, keep them in perfect peace. And I will see,
Yes, God.
and that bless you, Father. And I thank you, Jesus. And I want to say amen.
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 Now, you
Amen.
ladies, I want you to go tonight and get your peace of rest.
Mhm.
Thank
And
you,
I will
Miss
hopefully
Steph.
see
You
some of you
too.
next week when I have my next group of ladies on next week.
I'll be
Yeah,
I
here.
love you
we'll
all.
be in the chat.
Love you
And
Love
guys.
love
you
you.
guys.
Good night,
Nice
Thank
meeting some
everybody.
you.
of
I
you.
really, really
Good
enjoyed
night,
myself.
everyone.
Me too. Me
Bye
too.
bye.
Next
This
week,
was fun.
Shawnee's gonna be on here, so you know we're gonna be preaching next week when Shawnee
Ooh.
be on.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
yeah. Oh,
I'm looking
yeah.
forward to that.
So Jill, you can come back next Sunday. I'm gonna put you on next Sunday.
Girl, you know you have to remind me, girl.
I love you, ladies, and I'll see you
Okay,
again.
have a good
Bye
Love
evening,
bye.
you
you
guys.
too.
Okay, good
Take
evening.
Bye-bye.
care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.